Oh, sorry I got a little quiet. I was reading something in a different chat. It is early in the afternoon, but I am pumped with orange juice and cookies. I have a really bad diet sometimes. But yes, Nightwing, you are number one indeed. But I'm usually not on this early, but I really didn't have anything to really do. I beat Gladys. Well, Gladys is kind of not okay at the moment. Nothing's necessarily wrong, but like I really do hope she's okay, because you know, Gladys, I mentioned Gladys a lot during my streams. I noticed that, but like I noticed I mention her a lot in my streams, but I think the main reason for that is because like I said before, if it wasn't like for her encouragement, I wouldn't be doing this. Like, I'd be playing this game literally off stream. Honestly, I don't even know if I would have beat this game if it hadn't been for her suggesting that I actually stream. So, I hope she's okay, and a part of me doing this is kind of in hopes that she'll feel better if she comes to the stream. If she doesn't, it's perfectly fine, but if she does, I do hope that like it helps her to feel better. So there's something I have to confess. I know that I said that like I would like do all the extra stuff on stream up to the fight against Hand of the King. But this past week has kind of been rough in regards to like my own headspace. And this was kind of my way of like what's the word I'm looking for? It was kind of my way of like detoxing. So I ended up reaching Hand of the King off screen. I actually did the Timekeeper boss fight, and along with the shield and the current weapons that I have and my own focus, like Hand of the King was really, really something. I hope she's okay. I hope so too. But I understand like the situation that's going on. I'm not going to speak on it because it's not my place to. But I understand exactly why she's upset. So, what happens? Don't worry about it. She's not hurt or anything, by the way, you guys. It's just what was going on. Like I said before, I don't know if I was the only one who picked up on it before she ended the stream, but like I could tell something was a little off before she ended it. These bosses take a crazy amount of focus and timing and skill. I mean, they definitely do take a lot of focus, which is why I do get quiet sometimes. They do take a lot of skill because you're building up your like repertoire and things like that. You're building that all up leading up to this fight, and you also got to do a lot of research. So With that being said, um, I actually had two stories that, ironically enough, I was actually inspired by Gladys. um, I was inspired because of number one, the Long Island iced tea. There was a story behind that, and then there was the first time we stayed in Secaucus for when our convention moved from city to city. There's also one more story about someone that I actually really don't like. But we're gonna save the tea for another time. Well, not for another time, but a little bit later. All right. So I just have one question. Are you guys ready for the rematch? Because I'll tell you right now, he is not happy that we killed this king. He is not happy. So, without further ado, hey, you made it! If you hear me munching on something, it's me eating cookies. But Gladys, I'm really happy that you could make it. You made it just in time for the rematch against the final boss of this game. So, this is gonna be pretty hype, and I just wanted to say, like, I don't know how long I'm gonna keep this stream going, but, like, hopefully it cheers you up even a little bit. Once this boss fight is over with, I have a couple of stories to tell. They're going to be really interesting. One of them, you're actually going to hear a lot of hostility. I really like the background and, like, how good this game looks. Oh, they're mini chocolate chip cookies. That's really it. Alright, I just finished the last one. Let me dust my hand off. Alright, so as I said before, if I get really quiet, you guys chat amongst yourselves, whatever. I'm gonna be here for a while because most of my friends are in Washington DC for Otakon, so I hope they're okay. But most of my friends are gone, so I'm gonna be here for a while. So without further ado, you guys, wish me luck. Here we go.
Fight the end of the king again? You already beat him. What do you need to prove?
Got him! Whew! Yo, the cells. You know the crazy part, you guys? This is the first time that I've beaten the Hand of the King, right? This is the first time that I've beaten him, and I haven't died. And the reason why I say that is, right above my health potion, if you look at, like, the bottom left corner, you see that little gray mark with, like, the red in it? That's actually the extra life, so that if I die, it freezes the enemies around me, and I have a second chance. This is the first time that I fought the Hand of the King as a boss, and I didn't have to do the thing. So... oh yeah, this requires boss cells, which I'm not finna... I'm actually not sure what to do now. Like, I didn't think about what happens after, you know... oh, I get to leave. Alright, it kind of sucks that I know it's gonna start me over from the beginning. Oh, never fallen. I got another trophy. Alright, so now that I have successfully taken down the Hand of the King, I could get back all of these, all my cells. Now I can actually talk to you guys, because honestly, this level is actually very, very easy. So, the first story that I actually have is kind of rage-inducing. Well, not rage-inducing, but it does kind of make me mad. So, around the time of a convention, which I think was like DerpyCon in my area a couple of years ago, like I'd say around 2017 going into 2018. So, and ironically enough, this is around the time that I met Sarah, or as Gon Gon likes to call her, poison Pokemon. So, here's what happened. Sarah has a friend, and her name is Tony. And the thing with Tony was, I mean, she's attractive enough, I guess. Like, I don't think that she, like, how do I put it? Like, she's pretty, but she isn't my type, I guess. Yeah, yo, what's up, man? So, me and my friend Souza, who you guys have met on stream, my friend Souza and I, along with two of our... oh, okay, well, I guess we're starting that way. Along with two of our other friends, we were actually supposed to be going to this convention. I think if it wasn't in November, it was in December. So, we're getting ready to go. Everything is Gucci. And I find out last minute that this person, who I'm actually gonna name drop, His name is Justin. Actually, Anthony, I don't think you've heard this story. So, Anthony, I mean, not Anthony, though I'm glad he's here. I'm gonna take my time. I'm in no rush. So, oh boy. So, I find out last minute, along with everyone else, that he was trying to get this girl to come along. He was trying to get Tony to come along. And we didn't find out until very last minute. And when we had said no, this mofo decides that he's going to bail out on us last minute. And mind you, we were all putting in our share for the hotel, so without his share, we were kind of screwed. So I'm sitting there and we're talking it over because it's literally the night of, and I'm pissed because we really got left to dry like that. So I'm pissed off. You know, a friend of mine who Anthony and I both know, he's trying to calm me down, and I'm just like, no, I don't ever, like, he's lucky I don't on-site his ass, like, and that's for real, because who does that over, you know, con vagina, you know? So a couple of weeks later, I mean, not a couple of weeks later, about a week or so later, I get hit up by a friend of mine, and he and he tells me that it's a good thing that I didn't go to DerbyCon, and I'm like, why do you say that? He sends me the link to Tony's page, and when he sends me the link, I find out she had done a live about him. And I found out that he was near stalking her at this convention, trying to get her to come to his hotel room with whoever he was rooming with at the time. So I found out he was stalking and creeping her on her, and I'm like, oh man, it's a good thing I didn't go. And then, like, he gets exposed on Facebook, and I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I unfriended him immediately, because really at first he seemed okay, but like, I didn't realize the thirst was that bad. And here's the thing with me. I'm never someone who's going to judge, like, someone's thirstiness level. If you follow me on Facebook, or if you followed me on Twitter for the time that I was active on Twitter, you guys will know I have no place to be calling someone out on their thirst. You guys will know that if you guys followed me on either social media. But like, there's a difference between like being thirsty and being a creep. And either he didn't know the difference, or he knew the difference and didn't care as long as he could get with this chick. And she made it actively clear A limit to when they stop their thirst and realize they need to chill out. Yeah, exactly. And I'm sitting here, and the crazy part is, he actually had the nerve, like, last year. Some people realize it sooner than others that they're being creeps. In his case, it's like he never realized it at all. And that's kind of bad. And then on top of that, he got I find out he got blacklisted because he was being a creep at a beach day, a cosplay beach day that, a couple of my friends and I mean, not a couple of my friends and I, but a couple of my friends are in charge of. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, alright. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, you know, you got a lot of nerve, you know. And, oh, by the way, Anthony, when Justin had asked us did we have room for him? This was not this year when you came with us. This was the year before when they first moved to Secaucus. And you don't know him anyway, which is good because honestly, you know, I had already kind of wanted to go off on him anyway. But then I looked at it and like saw that he was already blacklisted from a bunch of places. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna let karma continue to like take care of you. Even though like technically for the most part it didn't, but I had been hearing that all of his interactions with women were just like, they weren't it. Like, he was just being an overall creepy nigga. And to a degree, it kind of made me like, it kind of made me realize that I could actually use profanity now because my mom isn't here, but it made me realize something very important. Women do not want to deal with no creepy ass nigga at a convention. You know, and then, like, and then this motherfucker has the audacity that year at not KCON. I wish I would have saw him at KCON. You know, Anthony would have been breaking me out of prison because teacher me, watch your profanity. No. But yeah, like honestly, Anthony, I'm gonna be real with you if you're still listening. If he would have showed up, we probably would not have had the best experience with KCON. I'm gonna tell you right now. Not because I would have let him being there spoil my weekend, but like kind of getting a better understanding of the person he is. He's the kind of person that'll legitimately try and sentence enhancers. Yo, are you talking about the SpongeBob reference? Or are you talking about the Powerpuff Girls reference? Cause I got both of them. But yeah, it wasn't. It was a SpongeBob reference. But yeah, it wasn't so much that I would have tried to, like, I would have let him ruin my good time. But like, I know that the primary objective for him when he goes to a convention is to try and get his dick wet. I know that for a fact. And every person that I have talked to has confirmed to me that that is the case. Ooh.
Just go to conventions to have fun these days.
Most of us go to have fun and enjoy ourselves, but Justin is not one of those people. And, well, put your headphones back in, because I don't...
He needs to work, not everybody.
Well, unfortunately, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna talk like he's the only one that does it, because I know quite a few niggas that do it in regards to, like, conventions. That's the thing, though, like, from what I was getting, or from what I was hearing, he wouldn't take no for an answer, which made her very uncomfortable. According to what she said, he got really aggressive with her, and I'm just like, look, bruh, you know. And then he asked me why I unfriended him on Facebook, and I told him, I'm like, I'm not finna be associated with a nigga that was stalking somebody. Yeah, no means no, exactly. Like, you know, I'm not finna be associated with a nigga that was stalking a chick, you know? Like, I have...
It is on. It died. Okay. The phone died.
I have many a female friend in my life. I have a lot of them, you know.
Same, but consent
And
is still consent.
Michael, again, put your headphones in and watch whatever you're gonna watch. As I was saying, because you keep interrupting me, I told you about that. Anyway, as I was saying, you know, how does that look on my part to remain friend that I'm remaining friends with a nigga that I know was creeping on a bitch a convention or so ago? And I know that sounds really bad, and I know it sounds like I'm only trying to, like, protect my image when it comes to women. I know it sounds bad, but, like, Michael is 20. So I know that sounds really bad on my part, but it's the truth. Like, nobody... You find out something about that, and you're supposed to be cool with them. Like, niggas are gonna look at you sideways. Like, nigga, you are openly friends with somebody like that? Like, people are gonna look at you sideways. You know, so... Me personally, like I said, I know it's kind of foul, because it's kind of like I always treat women with respect. Precisely. So yeah, needless to say, I'm not cool with him anymore. Plus he cost us our trip to DerpyCon that year. He tried to get us to chill with him at the hotel that he was in last year when we were at CPAC, and we completely avoided him. I think he tried to follow us to our hotel room, and we, like, completely avoided him. And that was just the end of that. Oh. Yo, let me tell y'all something. That mushroom is ferocious. Woo! Almost. Alright, give me that bomb. So yeah, that's pretty much the story, and it was really bad, and you know, the crazy part about it is, little did I know that even though I low-key kind of helped her friend, I never thought that I would not like her friend, like Sarah's friend, but for some reason, when I met her, she just gave me the worst vibe. Like, sometimes you'll meet someone and then you'll have this feeling in the pit of your stomach like you really shouldn't associate with this person, and you just end up like, yo, you know, and you feel a little bit bad because essentially it's not like this person did anything to you or that she was actually, you know, made you uncomfortable, but you just have this gut feeling like you should not be friends with this person. And that's the vibe that I got from her. And needless to say, we aren't cool. But you know what? We're gonna go into a more positive story for the most part. This actually has to do with, yeah, always follow that gut feeling. Yeah, exactly. Like, I thought that, like, I'd give it a chance, but one of my friends had told me that she was a stock raving bitch, and as opposed to knowing Tony for only like a couple of weeks, I had known the person who told me. I had known her for over 2 years. So she's like, yeah, you really shouldn't be friends with her. She's a bitch, and she's childish, and, you know, she's immature, and she's just all around not a good energy for you. And you know what? At first, I was kind of like, you know, well, damn, like, I was kind of like, you know, well, damn, tell me how you really feel. But after I got that vibe, I was kind of like, you know what? I may not know her from a can of paint, but if I'm getting this bad of a vibe from her right now, and I don't know her, shit, wait. Hold on, Squidward. Alright, there we go. Alright, hold on a second. But yeah, if I'm getting that gut feeling from her already, you know, 9 times out of 10, you know, it's probably for the best that, like, we just kind of remain as unknown to each other as possible. But yeah, now I'm gonna get into a different story. So, the story that I'm actually gonna get into involves one of my friend's moms, and it also involves my first time with the Long Island iced tea. So, so just to give a little prelude, So the prelude is that this was my friend's ex-boyfriend. And so what happened was his friend's mom was like really cool. So she was like, hey, I'm going to, you know, get something from this place. Do you guys want anything? And so, ironically enough, the first thing I get asked is how old am I? Because even though I'm 25 going on 26, I do not look my age. I'm not going to say I don't act my age, but I definitely don't look my age. So she's like, oh, are you old enough to drink? And I'm like, yeah, and my friend suggested a Long Island, so why not? So I get asked, had I ever drank before? And black indeed doesn't crack. Even my friend Giselle, when I met her and I told her how old I was, because she's actually 2 years younger than me. But even when I told her, she was like in disbelief. She's like, even when I saw you, at that one convention, I had no idea that you were like 25, 24. And I was like, oof. So, as that happened, I show her my ID just to like let her know, listen, I am of age. I can do the drinking. So she's like, alright, well, as long as you're of age and everything and you don't go overboard, then sure. So my friends were playing Smash Brothers before Smash Ultimate came out. And I was playing Dead or Alive 5. It was my first time with Dead or Alive 5, by the way. And I felt really good at it. So, the drinking. Let me let you guys in on something. Up until that point, I had never played a Smash Brothers game in my life. Let me preface that right now. I got on, and I had done so well. Like, his ex-boyfriend was like, yo, how are you doing so well? Like, have you played Smash Brothers before? And I'm like, no. And on top of that, I was playing with, like, a GameCube controller, and the thing about that is, I don't usually play with the GameCube controller. I usually play with, like, the Wii U's Pro controller at the time. So that way, I don't have to worry about using the gamepad, and I don't have to worry about the battery dying. Because I can just... What character was I playing? I was actually playing Kirby. This was actually around the time that I was playing Kirby in Smash 4. And let me just say, I was shocked by how well I was doing. And I actually won, I think, 5 games straight until my friend changed the rules. So basically, the rule was you have one character who is at 300 damage, and you have the other 3 characters, and money was put on, and money was put on for whoever could beat the boss. But the problem was, the boss was like the best player in the room. So he put 50 on the table, and I was the last one left. I was playing Kirby. I think I was at like, I was in the high damage counts. So like, I was in like 200s. So what I did was, I used Kirby's inhale move. I inhaled him, spat him back out, pause, spat him back out, off the ledge, and then I did Kirby's down B and spiked him, and I won the $50. It was great. And then he was like, alright, listen, you can't play anymore for as long as you're like, under the influence. Oh god, alright, I actually have to pay attention. You used the trick move? A little bit, actually, believe it or not, Gladys. I didn't particularly mean to do the trick move. But it was really fun. It was fun for what it was, honestly. And my friend was like, yo, so basically, your superpower is like... Your superpower is like, when you get drunk, Alright, give me a minute, you guys. I actually have to focus again, so... What the fuck? Are you serious? Alright. Let's keep this going. Oh, by the way, like I said before, you guys wish me luck, because, my interview is on Tuesday, and then I have a doctor's appointment on Wednesday. So, I'm hoping that I get some good news, and, like... I'm hoping that I get some good news, and I find out that I've lost a bit of weight. So, wish me luck, cause... Come on, you big bitch. Really? Oh, fuck. I hate this move. I hate this move so much. Thank you, Gladys. Also, you know, ironically enough, my mom had actually suggested that I work at Save-A-Lot. But, like, based on some of the stuff you told me, Gladys, I'm kind of glad that I didn't. Like, I applied to Save-A-Lot. Alright, I'm out of potion. Come on, you big bitch. I fucking hate this thing, man. Bitch. Got him. Alright. let's do this. Let's finish this off. Alright, let me actually, get serious about this, and I'll get back to some of the stuff that I was saying, because this is actually the really hard part of the game. Well, of this boss fight, and I have no more health potions, so I need to stop fucking around. Bitch! Come here, you hold still, you bitch. Oh my god, this move. Oh! Got him! That was actually really close. Closer than I would like to admit, to be honest. Knockback shield 3. Yes, another W, Gladys. Thank you. Thank you. So, but also, I was actually part of the reason why, that boss is so ugly. I cheer inside every time you destroy it. Oh my god, yo, it is ugly though. That is disturbing. Alright, let me refuel. Alright, I am back at full strength. So I actually got... I almost got my friend banned. Because, alright, so... this story stays here. So, I was actually a threat to a friend's... well, not a friend, but... someone that I knew. I found out I was a potential threat to their relationship. As for the reason why, the answer might shock you. So, the boys go, the rest of the squad goes out because they wanted to get pizza. So they asked everybody what stuff they wanted, and you know, I'm a very simple nigga. Like, I am a very simple dude when it comes to pizza. All you gotta do is get me something with pepperoni or extra cheese. If you could do ham and or bacon, that's cool too. I'm perfectly okay with that. But I'm relatively a simple guy. Simple niggas mad. Yeah, exactly. Like, everybody wants to get like... I'm tired. I think I'm gonna take a nap. I understand, Gladys. Well, thank you for stopping by anyway. I'll fill you in on the rest of this particular story later. But yeah, so what? Oh, okay. So what ends up happening, right? Oh my god! Annoying motherfuckers. Oh my god, my favorite weapon. Yes, give it to me. That sounded kind of wrong, but you know. So, back to what I was saying. So, they went to go get pizza, and his girl, the axes! Gone, the axes! Jesus Christ. So, his girlfriend comes in, and we start conversating, and she was telling me like a lot of stuff about how he was and things like that, and I'm like, oh, well, you guys sound really happy, you know. And she was like, oh, well, I've never had someone, you know, kind of sit and listen to me go on like this. And I was like, isn't that kind of what he's supposed? Like, my first instinctual reaction is, isn't that kind of what he's like, in regards to like communication, isn't that kind of what he's supposed to do? Like, I'm glad you deem me a good enough person to decide that you want to confide in me all this stuff. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm not your man's and I don't want any problems. So what she decides to do, she gets really flirtatious, and she puts, I'm sitting regularly, and she lays on the oh! Alright. Damn. I'm not opening you. So, she starts getting really cozy. Yeah, like, she starts getting, like, flirtatious and stuff. And, like, her legs are like on top of my legs while I'm sitting down, and I'm not really doing anything. And so they come back, and her man is giving me the stink eye like the entire time, and he's like, and my friend's ex-boyfriend, he's like, oh, can I talk to you? And I'm like, yeah, sure, what's up? And he's like, you should probably be careful with her. And I'm like, I'm not the one who did anything. I was minding my business. And he was like, you know, I know that, you know, you didn't do anything because you're not that type of person, but like, just be careful because, you know, that's his college friend for the most part. Which I understand. Yeah, like, you were being innocent, but that still could land you in trouble. Yeah, exactly. Especially the way that looked. Like, I would kind of be the same way. If the other guy is volatile and insecure, about their relationship. Yeah, exactly. And that was just that kind of trouble that I didn't want any part of. So, you know, outside of that being his boy, you know, I was honest with him and I told him, like, listen, I was honest with him because I didn't want his girl. I didn't want him getting the wrong idea that I was after, you know, his girl or anything. So I went to him right before we left and I told him face to face, listen, I don't want your girlfriend. No disrespect. Okay? When you came in and saw what you did, that had nothing to do with me, and that had everything to do with her. Okay? I don't mind having a conversation, but I am not the one that started that whole thing. And I don't know what it is about y'all relationship that, like, you know, I guess makes her flirty, but I'm just giving you a heads up because, again, my intention, what would you think would happen at the raid? Yeah, just try to talk it out in a mature way. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm the type of person where even if I'm told I don't need to be upfront because I didn't do anything wrong, I'm gonna be upfront with you if I feel uncomfortable, like, especially about a situation like that. I'm going to be very, very, you know, upfront about it for my own sake and for your sake. Because, number one, I don't need anybody while I'm out trying to have a good time. I don't need anybody, you know, coming in my space. And I don't need anyone coming into my space and ruining my vibe because of something that I had nothing to do with, if that makes sense. So, well, you know, the sad part is, gone, believe it or not, I actually have to handle it a certain kind of way because I was nowhere near home, number one, and also, you know, it is a shovel, Nightwing, and it's amazing. Ow, motherfucker. I am beating people with the shovel. Oh nah, we're not fighting that. Oh god. Alright, never mind. Okay, alright, you got it. The shit gotta have gotten real and you were just trapped. Yeah, exactly. And it's more of a matter of the, like, keeping an eye on my surroundings because, like, I got jumped pretty bad just now. But it's more of me keeping an eye on my surroundings because, like, I'm not in, like, my area where I know people. I'm in a completely different area, and then on top of that, like, if something really goes down, you know, I hate to bring race into it, but, you know, we're black. We're most of us are black, and we're in this area, and the chick was, like, white. So, it was a really dangerous situation. But yeah, it's been about an hour. I'm actually gonna try and come back a little later. I'm gonna end the stream right here. We're at the cavern. And I have my favorite weapon, which is the shrapnel axes. I love those because along with doing melee damage, it actually launches shrapnel pieces, which do extra damage. Um, my boy Anthony, Gone Nightwing. I know Gladys went to take a nap, but I'm really happy that she could come through. I have a couple of more for the next stream. One more thing. When I next get on, I'm gonna have a couple of announcements of what I'm going to be streaming, or what I plan to be streaming. Hopefully, between Tuesday and Wednesday, I'll have some good news for you guys. Monday, I'm not doing anything. Tuesday is my interview, and then Wednesday is my therapy session. So I have kind of a busy week between Tuesday and Thursday. But I'll try and stream right now as much as I can. So thank you guys so much for coming through. And until the next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.